Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this message, it reads like this. Hello brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a young woman who is only aged 27 years old, and because of poverty, I ended up doing the things that I never thought that I'll end up doing. And the money that I used when I went to do this thing of ukutwala, it was money that I had stolen from my own husband that I was still staying with at that time. So about my husband, he later became my sacrifice. And when he became my sacrifice, he started sleeping with me, even though he died a very long time ago, but he still comes to me at night. And when he comes to me at night, I usually see something that will be like a smoke. Then I'll know that it is time for him to start sleeping with me. Then that smoke, it will start building up. Then you can start to see that his physical body will appear out of that smoke. Then he would get into my bed, and this thing that happens, it does not matter if I am with another man or if I am alone, it will just happen. The person that will be sleeping right next to me will not hear anything. Only the side effects that the person that will be sleeping with me will have is that when the morning comes, then they will start to complain of a severe headache, or sometimes they can start complaining and they will say that they feel so much pain in their chest area, because when my late husband will be sleeping with me, sometimes he can start pressing down on the chest of the person that I'll be sleeping with. At the home where I had bought my own house that I bought when I was still only 24 years old, I can't even stay there anymore because of the things that were happening in that house. Then I ended up running to my mom. When I ran to my mom, who is staying in Soshango, I stayed with her. But then my husband started telling me that if I see you staying here any longer, then I am going to kill you, or I am going to kill your mom. So I stayed with my mom for a little bit. Then I saw that my mom, she was always sick. She was coughing a lot, like someone who had TB, but she didn't have TB. And the warnings kept on coming to me until I ran away from my mom's house. Right now, I am staying with another guy. This guy that I am staying with, he is also a traditional healer, and he is from Malawi. Now that I have been staying with him, it seems as if these things that I have been saying, they are a little bit better, because this man from Malawi, what he did is that he gave me something to tie around my waist area. So this rope that he gave me, that I have to tie around my waist area, even though it is painful, it is the thing that at least fights with my late husband whenever he comes to me. So what happened to me, my brother, is that at the time when I went out to seek for these money-making rituals, it was because my husband, he had been cheating on me for many years. What he would do is that he would go out, and when it would be time for him to come and take care of me and the kids, he would never show up. The only time that he would show up at my mom's place is when he will be broke and asking for money for transport from my mom. My mother is someone who has a good heart. My mom was always tolerant of him because my mom said that she failed to raise us whilst our dad was around. So my mom didn't want that to happen for my own kids. She knew that my husband was doing all of these things, like cheating on me, but she said it is far much better that he should be there in the life of your children, so that when they grow up, they are going to be responsible kids. So that is why my mom will do anything that my late husband would ask of her. My husband, he respected my mom, but as for me, whenever he would see that my mom was not around, he would always mistreat me. He would tell me a lot of bad words, like I am not good in bed. Other girls that he was dating were much better in bed than I was. So this gave me a lot of low esteem. I started dating a lot of guys even though I was still staying with my husband. So after I had seen that this life that I was living, it was not getting me anywhere. What I wanted was at least to find someone who could assist me so that my husband can stop cheating on me. And worst of all, he was now showing me no respect at all because he was sleeping with my friends. I then went to this other prophet, but they are not your prophets from Zim, from here in South Africa. I went to them, and this other lady gave me some water which I was supposed to bath with. When I was using that water, I started to experience different dreams, and most of the times I would be underwater, like swimming with different types of fish that were colored like blue, and some of them they were gold in color. Some of them they had very beautiful colors. I then returned back to that prophet. At that time, when I returned back to her, I saw that she was now working with another prophet who was from Zim. Then that prophetess from Zim was the one who told me that it was my ancestors that were tired of me becoming poor. So I had to pray as much as I could so that I can receive their blessings. The moment that she taught me about these mermaids, and when she told me that they bring great wealth to you, they are used by our ancestors to bring great wealth to you, I got so excited. And I started consulting on my own. Mainly, I was consulting with healers that are from here, until finally I met this man who was from Mozambique. And like when I was listening on TikTok, I came across a video like about this lady who was saying that she was given a Tokoloshe that was inside a glass bottle. That is the same thing that happened to me. When I met this man from Mozambique, he said that he was going to give me something that will be like a heavy burden on me. This is what he said. This heavy burden on you, it is going to be very heavy, but at the same time, you are going to enjoy life. But when you are enjoying your life, you have to make sure that if anything bad happens to those that you care about, you should not cry and you should not help any of your relatives, because this ritual that you are doing, it is like once you choose, you have chosen. There is no coming back. So there were a couple of Tokoloshes that he had. So I chose that glass bottle because it seemed to be very easy for me. All that I had to do was to place some pictures inside that glass bottle, and I didn't know that by placing some pictures inside that glass bottle, that was a sacrifice. This man then told me that the ritual that we had done, he needed money. So I really got scared because I didn't know that these rituals, for them to start operating, you need money. I said, but I do not have any money at all. Where am I going to get it? Because I am not working. He then said that I should make a plan, otherwise my mother was going to die, since I had already placed her inside that glass bottle. I returned back home and I was so stressed. It then happened that my husband came one day from work and he told me that he had gotten his salary. I knew his bank pins. What I did, my brother, is that late at night, I just went to our small shopping center. I went and I withdrew the money from his bank account and I hid all of that money. And that traditional healer had told me that since I had been using his charms, if I wanted to do something to someone, that person will feel so lazy to ask me about what I would have done. That is what my husband did at that time. He saw that there was a notification on his phone of someone who had withdrawn some money from his account, but he just felt lazy to ask me. In the morning, he then went to work, and while he was at work, there was an accident. I received a phone call that my husband had passed away, and I still had the bank card and everything. Before even his relatives had communicated with me, I rushed my brother. I went and I took the remaining amount of money and I gave it to that traditional healer who was from Mozambique, because I was trying to save my mother's life. that man, with the money that I had given him, he just disappeared, and I was left with that glass bottle. So this glass bottle, the way that it would do is that when I would wake up in the morning, usually underneath my pillow, I would always find out that there will be money that will be just below 10,000 rands. Sometimes it will be short by 50 rand. It was never above or 10,000. It was always short with 50 or 20 rand. I then started using that money. The thing that I noticed is that this money, when it was still appearing to me, if I would not use it, then the money will just disappear. So I kept on using this money each and every day. The money would appear to me, then it will disappear. I got so much money, my brother, that within a short period of time, I had managed to get some good credit cards from the banks that I was banking with. And from there on, I took out a house, that same house that I ran away from. Right now, my brother, that bottle, it had stopped giving me money, and at the same time I have fallen into deep debt, and I am always stressed with the way that my husband passed away, with the way that he started appearing into my life. When I saw that there was no one who could assist me, I then met this man whom I am currently staying with, but I'm not staying with him like 24/7 because he is a married man. He just took me in because when I went to him, he said that he didn't want me to pay for the consultation fee because my money was just useless. He said that it was fake money. To other people that are not in the spiritual world or that are traditional healers, they would think that it is money, but to those that have their spiritual eyes opened, they can clearly see that this is not money. He said that the way that this Tokoloshe operates is that it can just give me some papers, and once I get those papers, if I give someone, the person will think that I have given them money, but it is just fake money. So this man said that he was willing to assist me, but it is going to take a very long time. When I am calculating right now, my brother, it has been many years since I have been staying with this man. This man, he does whatever he wants with my body, and it pains me a lot because this man, even though he has been assisting me, but recently he forced me to sleep with one of his brothers who was from Malawi. He had been in South Africa for less than 2 months. So he said that I want you to start dating him. And when he started forcing me, I felt so dirty. And to show me that he doesn't care about me, when we were in the middle of making love with his brother that he had forced me to make love to, he then opened the door and he started searching for his other herbs while his brother was busy with me. But my brother, I don't know if I can survive if I leave this man, because his charms are the ones that are keeping me alive for now. As for that house, if I try to go there so that I can just check if everything is going well at my place, I can just start to feel some people that will be whispering in my voices. I can start to hear some people that will be whispering in my ears. I have never heard such a language, but I suspect that the languages that I hear in my head, they are like your foreign languages, but I can't understand what they will be telling me. The more that I get close to my house, the more that the voices get louder and louder. I have tried reselling this place, but you know that with your houses that you get through the bank, it is really tough for you to resell them without getting another property. As for now, I do not want to sink further into debt, and I have even one of my cards that I have stopped using because there was so much money in it. Even though I am suffering, I am afraid of touching that credit card because I know that there is no way I can get this money. Please, if you know anyone who is in my same situation, if that person has managed to get out of that situation, like that sister that I had speaking her story on TikTok, if you can contact her for me, I just want to be in communication with her so that I can understand if she managed to throw away that bottle. As for this bottle that I was given, sometimes I can leave it in the house, like the days that I will not be staying with this traditional healer. from Malawi. Then when I am like on the taxi or anywhere, if I open my bag, I will see that the bottle, it will be there with me. This bottle, it is as big as those mayonnaise glass bottles. That is how big it is. So it makes me wonder, like, how does this thing suddenly appear in my handbag? Sometimes when I try to take out some money so that I can pay for something, that is when I would find out that the bottle will be there, right there in my handbag.